Hi guys, my name's JMR. I'm the lead lecturer at the Actor Training Academy at Preston's College. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome all the new students who are going to be joining us in September. Whether you've been through the audition process or you're currently going through the audition process, ready to join us in September. We're really looking forward to meeting you. We've got a great bunch of students at the moment who are already working on the stuff for next year. We've got big plans in place, ideas for end of year shows, ideas for the directors projects, which the current students are already working on and already making those decisions and having those conversations about what those projects are going to be. So it's a really exciting project that we're doing over the next 12 months, and we're looking forward for you to come in September and being a part of that. That being said, we have high expectations of our students. For example, we all wear black all the time. We work on the professional expectations, drama school expectations, that you present yourself properly and in a manner to work. So there's no jeans in class. We ask for no boots or heavy footwear in class. You wear black all the time. Now you can get these hoodies and polo shirts with the Preston College logo, ATA logo on the back. You can get those when you're at college, but anything else that you can find from Primark or any other shop, equally fine. Just make sure it's always practical clothing, leggings, joggers, that kind of thing, hoodies, polo shirts, t-shirts, that kind of thing. You're ready to perform all the time. If we're performing in something else where you need costume, you need a different colour clothing, you'll be notified in advance and prepared for that. You'll also be given a locker when you get to ATA. That's for another expectation reason. We're wanting to make sure that when you come into the class, you're there for an hour and a half of that session and you will just get better. Okay, you're just there to improve. So bags, coats, phones, lanyards, all those sorts of things that may become a distraction to a certain lesson, we ask you to leave all that in your locker. Just bring in with you to the studio something to write with, something to write on, and maybe some water to keep yourself hydrated during the sessions. And other than that, we just expect you to come in and want to get better. I've said that a few times, and that's because that's a really core principle of what we do. We want to improve every day. It's all about development. It's all about getting better. And on a good day, anybody can get better. If you've woke up well, you've had a nice sleep, you've had a good journey in with no traffic, bus driver's been in a good mood, it's easy to make progress on those days. You're in a creative environment, you're creative people, and that'll be easy to make progress. But on the days when it's mid-December, mid-January, it's dark when you get up, it's dark when you're going home, it's probably raining throughout the entire time, you've woke up, it's cold, you've woke up on the wrong side of bed, how can you make progress on those days? That's what we want to train you to think like. Even on your worst days, even in your difficult days, how can you still push forward? How can you still make progress? And if you can still make even the smallest bit of progress on those days and keep pushing yourself to give more, to earn more, and to learn more, then you'll keep moving forward, you'll keep progressing, and you'll keep getting yourself closer to that next step, to that university place, to that drama school place, and start showing them, showing us, and showing yourself that this is something that means something to you, this is something that you're passionate about, and really mean that. Really start to show and prove to yourself what that passion really means. We work hard, we enjoy what we do, but it also means something to us. It's a great career to be a part of. It's a great industry to be part of. A little bit about what you can expect if you haven't already heard this or you want a quick reminder. We will be working on 4 main strands. Okay, 4 main topics that has lots of little topics built up in between that. We will be working on voice, movement, stage performance, and screen performance. So within that, your voice will be developed in terms of you understanding your voice and what it's capable of, what its limitations are, but also what its potential is to play different characters, make different sounds, create different effects, all within the mechanisms of your own voice. On a similar side of things, that can be said for movement as well. What are the limitations that you have movement-wise, but also the potential and possibilities that you have movement-wise, and what your body is capable of, and how you can communicate different characters, forms, styles, effects, and all that. What you can do physically to create those things, that will be explored over your 2 years at the ATA as well. Breaking down stage and screen performance, it's exactly what it says on the tin really. Stage performance, you'll work on a number of shows, a number of workshops, techniques, ideas, all to give you a better training of how to perform on stage, improving you as a stage performer, improving you as a live performer, in showcase situations, audition situations, live performance situations, but also enriching your knowledge of theories, techniques, practitioners, as well as creating performances like your director's shows, your Christmas show, and your end of year show. Film performance and recorded performance, that will include things as you would expect, like the TV studio work that we do, We work with the media department a fair bit, and we do location filming and going off campus as well as around campus and in the TV studio to work on short films and ideas like that. We'll work on music videos and how that works, whilst also teaching you all the mechanisms of what's different when you're performing on camera than when you're performing on stage, and how those things will be different for you. And the way you've got to be different, the way you've got to prepare yourself different, act differently, use your skills differently in a recorded environment, whether that be a voiceover, radio, or film, TV, music video, whatever the project may be. How are you going to use those acting skills that you're developing in a recorded situation rather than just in the traditional on stage in a play kind of situation? We will be working on the main principle that acting is a decision-making process. Okay, that's what acting is. You're just making decisions. Whether you are a director and you're putting on a production and you're making decisions in that way, whether you're an actor and you have a character, you have an emotion, you know what the story is, but then it's your choice how you're going to show that. What are you going to do with your face, your body and your voice to convey these things? How are you going to show that character? That decision's down to you. You'll get guidance from your director and the other people in the cast, but the things you do will be your choices. And the main training that we will work on through all 4 of the strands is giving you techniques, giving you theories, giving you ideas, giving you processes and ways to work that will help you make the best, most creative and most relevant decisions. If you can make clever choices and then act upon them choices, then you have a chance of having a career as an actor. Overall, throughout the year, you'll work initially on that first term, from September to Christmas, and you'll work on upskilling your technique. We will look at new techniques, refresh old techniques when you get to second year. We'll hone in on specific things, important things to lay the foundations, and that will build towards a Christmas performance. Now, in your first year, that will not be to a public audience. That will be to an audience of other students, second year students, students from other performance courses, and of course your tutors. We'd rather make sure but the first time you perform, you've had that training, okay? By the time Christmas comes, you'll have only been in college a few months. So we're not going to put you in front of a live audience and expect you to be this newly trained performer when you've only been studying for a couple of months. So in that time, you'll do an in-house performance, which will be about you, your progress, your feedback, and you getting better, you developing, you improving. Fast forward to the next term, and then you'll work on your first public performance. This term will always be the director's project. In your second year, you'll learn about directing, you'll develop a performance, you'll develop an idea, and then you'll cast the first years. So in your first year and your second term, you'll be directed by some of the second years on an acting project, and that will then be performed in front of an audience. That's when your friends, family, anybody else can come and watch it and see what you've been developing. And see the massive improvements you'll have made between September and sort of March, April time. When we come back from after Easter, that's when we'll get involved in our end of year production. We've got some big ideas on what we want that to be next year. I'm particularly very excited if my plan A comes off, because it's a show I've been wanting to do for a long, long time. And hopefully September, October, November, I'll be able to tell you what that is. And because hopefully we'll be doing it. And at the end of the year, we'll be working on that big production, where you'll be working on it 5 days a week if you're one of the principal characters, 4 days a week if you're not, and putting everything into that one big major performance to really showcase all the developments you've made this year. In your second year, things get a bit more specific. We look at directing, we look at your university and drama school applications, we involve everybody in that process, so that you have the best opportunity of getting what you want from your drama school progression. Whether that be inside acting or outside acting, whether you decide that you want to go and become a teacher, become a journalist, become an English professor, anything like that you want to go and do, that you make that decision, we'll explore that process with you. We'll go through the UCAS process, the student finance process, and make sure that your 2 years at ATA, whilst we'll educate you and train you to be a better performer, we'll also get you ready to leave us and go on to study or get work and do whatever your next step is. ATA isn't just a two-year process. It's a 2-year process that prepares you for the next step and gets you ready to move on to whatever that may be. The majority of our students do go on to study acting at university and drama school, different levels. The majority of our second years this year are going on to do the same, but we'll involve each individual person and make your decisions for you when you get to that stage. A big part of what we do is the professional practice session, okay? Professional practice is not your main curriculum, so it's outside of voice, movement, stage and screen. It's outside of that main model, and this is where we look at other things that are important to either your projects, to your training, to your year, that we can give you above and beyond what is in the main part of your curriculum. This year, for example, we've worked with the National Youth Theatre. They've come up and done workshops with us. We've been up to the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland and experienced workshops in their environment and worked on some stuff with them. Fourth Monkey, the actor training company from London, they've been up and we've got a nice little link with them. They've said some very favourable things about the ATA, which is quite humbling. I'm glad to hear it. The intention is that they'll come up again and hopefully that we'll be able to go down there and experience their sort of thing. We've had guest speakers, professional performers. We have a big improvisational project where professional actors come in and you'll get to perform as seen with those professional performers. You'll just have to improvise the entire thing. You won't know what's going to happen when you get in there, but you get the opportunity to go into that situation with them. We've had film directors in, professional actors in, you name it. We have this session every week, professional practice, where we can give you more than just what you'll get on your average college course. Right now we're in lockdown, and yet all performers all over the country are struggling for work because there's no live performances at the moment. Film studios have had to shut down, theatres have had to shut down, and yet there are plays on a weekly basis, musicals on a weekly basis, being put online for free for you to log in, to access, going on YouTube, and you can watch things for free. It's a great way of bringing people together, to showcasing creativity, to showing culture. We're all locked in at the minute and we're all watching Netflix, we're all watching Amazon Prime, we're all watching on-demand video services, things done from home. That's all from people who are within our industry, and it is a vibrant, creative, wonderful thing to be a part of. So come and be part of it. We want you to be a part of it. We're looking forward to meeting you, and we want to see that passion, see that you can showcase to us exactly what excites you about this industry and become excited by this industry. See things that you thought were possible but you never really experienced, and try things that you didn't even recognise were possible. Let's see where we can take you in this 2-year journey. We're excited for it. We hope you're excited for it. And yeah, stay in touch. We'll have lots for you to do over this lockdown period, and we're looking forward to meeting you face to face and getting started in September. Stay happy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.